we're back on the chase this morning, and got these guys back over here at Majestic. We're gonna start trying to stuff some of these beams in where they go. We go meet with them right now. A couple little raindrops falling on our head this morning, and some cloud cover. I can smell the moisture in the air, so could be another another rainy summer afternoon. We'll see what these clouds do throughout the day, but it's pretty cool. About 68 degrees, very pleasant. The wind is non-existent this morning, which is good. It was windy yesterday all day, and it was warm. It was a lot warmer, so it's really nice with this when this cloud cover comes in and gives us a little relief from the wind and the heat. But let's get up there and check these guys out and see how it's going up there. They gave us some really tall beams for this application, and I don't know. I gotta call the engineer, because that really makes some low headroom in that area. The other beams were not that tall, and I really don't like that. It's really tall, the beams are. So that's got me kind of concerned. If you go in here, you can already see that it's not a high ceiling already. But the ceiling joist, and see where that 18, I want to see how far down that 18 shows. So it's essentially 7 inches below that. Just make you a mark on the wall right there, kind of where it's at. Yeah, right about there. And then measure off the floor. What's the distance off the floor to that mark? $74?
Yeah. 73 and 78.
Wow. All right, let me, I gotta call her on that, but keep getting it ready. Just got off the phone with the engineer on here, and we've got to make a change because the beam is way too tall the way they've got it spec'd. So they're showing it to just come up in and butt up against the bottom of the joist here, and that's not gonna work. So we're gonna cut a beam pocket into all this, which is a lot more work. To cut a beam pocket, and then we're gonna have to get some hangers, some double hangers, and we're gonna hanger these joists to each beam all the way through. And that's pretty much what we gotta do. So they're gonna get started on that. Okay, we just looked at a project here in Crowley, and now we're gonna shoot out to Benton Crossing, to a place we worked on last year. And Ryan, our buddy out there, he's got a pretty cool compound out there, and he needs some stuff done next week. We're gonna try and help him out, and I got to figure out logistically what we need for equipment. We're gonna need to bring a big trailer, probably a forklift, and something to dig with too, I'm thinking. So we're gonna head on out there, take a look at Ryan's place. I'll show you guys what we did last year out there, and we'll kind of take a look out there. We haven't been out there in a while, so. Bud's getting a smell. You getting a smell, Bud? Kind of strange, this cloud layer, it has moisture in it up in Mammoth, but here it's unusually warm right now. It's 81 degrees, and I think just up the road here in Mammoth's like 70. Much cooler. the summer cows out grazing in these meadows. A lot of grass, a lot of good grass. Good place to summer your cows. We're just on the north side of Crowley here, getting ready to go by the Owens River campground here. Looks like there's quite a few RVs out there. Little campground here. It's right on the river. The river flows right through that side where all those RVs are parked over there. And Brown's Owens River Campground. Relax. So about 83 down here. A little warmer. So Ryan's place back here is really cool. He's got I forget how many acres he's got back here. I think it's 40. And it's an old, I believe it's an old mining camp. And then he kind of converted it into a second home, and it's got a guest home and a little shop. And it's all off grid too. So we worked on a solar project out here last year, helped him with that. And now he's got some more stuff he wants to do around here this summer. So I decided I better come out and take a look, because I couldn't remember everything we talked about last year and what we might need equipment wise to do what he's trying to do out here. So that's the purpose of today's trip. And I love this place. It gets a little powdery out here, the dirt does, but when you got some rain on the ground, and it's a pretty cool spot to be. Got a little shooting range out here. Just pretty sweet. Nobody really to bother you back in here. I like it a lot. There was an orchard, well, there's remnants of the orchard still here, but they had somebody at one time had a hops farm out here, like for beer. And he's got a nice little well, and he's all off grid. Everything's on battery, solar, and generator. And that's all grown back in since last time I was here, because that's where we did a lot of the work, was actually right there where that grass, where all this grass is. So that's cool. And this is the little shed that we worked on. We did the foundation and stuff, and helped him with the solar field back here. And he's got quite the little solar array set up here. Nice little that generator's inside that thing. We'll hop out here and take a look at what's going on. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely powdery. So I believe we're getting rid of this thing here. I gotta look at the pictures. That's one thing that's gotta go. And Here's the little solar field back here. Looks like it's holding up pretty good. This didn't do too bad. We were kind of worried about this big drop off. We lowered the elevation of this pad, but everything seems to have worked out pretty good. So he's got that little tunnel shed there, and then the two houses. A fun little property for sure. So this thing's got to go, and that's got to go. And I think that shed right there, that's actually what he wants to get rid of. So I'm wondering, that thing's rough, but I'd really like to keep it in one piece. Demoing this is going to be a little tricky. I think this is the old system. These, I don't even think those batteries are still in use. Actually, I'm certain they're not. This is all the old stuff. The new powerhouse is all up there. But I think we can dismantle all this, disconnect it, and I'm pretty certain we can lift this thing right up onto the trailer, depending on the width. I didn't check the width on it. Yeah, it'll go. It's gonna be a little wide, but we'll figure it out. And then he wants to get rid of this too, which probably have to do some digging around it, and then we can possibly lift it out, this vault. I'm gonna give him a call and see, make sure I'm on the right track with everything he's wanting to do here. I mean, these things are really beat up, but it's a storage. It's a small storage. It's ugly as all get out, but maybe a guy could fix it up a little bit, take that nasty panel off the top, and stash that somewhere for some form of equipment. Wonder if he planted all this. He must have. It's looking good though. I love it out here. I would love to spend maybe a week or two out here just by myself, or maybe me and Lori, and maybe just some of the family. This would be a great place to just come. Lots of exploring to do back here. And it's kind of nestled right here where it really doesn't get hammered with the wind. I mean, it does every once in a while, but for the most part, the way it sets, it stays out of the wind. And it's just a great little spot. But anyway, back to the job. We're gonna take down the windmill. So we'll just unbolt that and probably salvage everything that comes with it. It's got the turnbuckles and all that good stuff. So I definitely, I mean, I don't know what I'll use it for, but I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm actually gonna probably dig out these footings right here too. And you just never know what you can use stuff like that for in the future. So it's gonna be a salvage op. He's keeping this, but we're gonna relocate it. And then those two buildings right there we're gonna try and lift that bigger one up. I'm hoping it doesn't weigh more than 10,000, and we will be able to just lift it right on up and set it on the trailer and ship it back to town. And it's really ugly, so if I keep it, I'm gonna have to like fix it up. I'm gonna have to put some siding on it and make it look presentable in some fashion. So that's about it for this one. We're gonna head back to town. Maybe we'll try and pop in at the lake, at the spring, take you guys to the spring back behind the lake. Since we're already here, we don't get to go out there very often, and we'll see how that cold water spring's looking. Maybe let the dogs do a little swimming around in it. All right, back to town we go. Mission accomplished. I know exactly what we need. Oh, there's a little shooting range back there.